Tonight, Republican Congresswoman Lauren Boebert's excuse that fog machines were to blame for the smoke that got her kicked out of the theater where the musical Beetlejuice was playing, maybe going up in smoke. That is because there is new surveillance video which appears to show her vaping during the show in Denver. Boebert was eventually escorted out of the show. Video shows her flipping off security. The Congresswoman was also seen taking flash photos with her phone, raising her arms to dance. And when a pregnant woman asked the Republican to stop vaping, Boebert reportedly called her a, quote, sad and miserable person.
Lauren Boebert's attempt to provide cover for herself by saying she was kicked out because she's eccentric has been thoroughly debunked. It's been thoroughly debunked with surveillance footage, lots of evidence. And she wasn't just vaping during the show. There was a lot of hanky-panky going on, a lot of groping happening. And now Boebert has no choice but to fess up, as the proof is in the pudding. So Boebert issued an apology over the weekend, on Friday to be specific. So she says, quote, "The past few days have been difficult and humiliating, and I'm truly sorry for the unwanted attention my Sunday evening in Denver has brought to the community. While none of my actions or words as a private citizen that night were intended to be malicious or meant to cause harm, the reality is they did, and I regret that. There's no perfect blueprint for going through a public and difficult divorce." Oh, let's pause, I'm gonna pause right there. Plenty of people go through divorces, okay? They don't then vape in the presence of a pregnant woman indoors during a Broadway show. They also don't grope the penis of their date in a public setting as a United States congressperson. I mean, the list goes on, but let me give you more. She also says, public and difficult divorce, which over the past few months has made for a challenging personal time for me and my entire family. I've tried to handle it with strength and grace as best I can, but I simply fell short of my values on Sunday. That's unacceptable and I'm sorry. By the way, the Beetlejuice show that she went to is supposed to be kid friendly, so there were kids there. Which is fascinating behavior from a woman who has really latched onto the LGBT people or groomers narrative, right? Just defaming teachers and anyone who is supportive of the LGBT community as being groomers. But anyway, we showed you a little bit of the video in the cold open there. She also says, whether it was the excitement of seeing a much anticipated production or the natural anxiety of being in a new environment, I genuinely did not recall vaping that evening. Well, I mean, you might have been high off your mind, I don't know, but.
Very likely.
Yes, okay, so she says, I don't recall vaping that evening when I discussed the night's events with my campaign team while confirming my enthusiasm for the musical. Regardless of my belief, it's clear now that was not accurate. It was not my or my campaign's intention to mislead, but we do understand the nature of how this looks. We know we will have to work to earn your trust back, and it may not happen overnight, but we will do it.
I doubt it. Yeah,
I mean,
she almost lost her election last time, so it's not impossible that she'd lose this time. So it's gonna go to why she's apologizing, but first, dad jokes. So they did one there, going up in smoke, although that's more of a TV joke than a dad joke. And I saw someone else did this, these aren't even mine. Hey, at least she's reaching across the aisle.
Oh my God, her date is a Democrat, or was a Democrat. They have parted ways, they are no longer dating.
They seem very attached right there.
That was their first date.
Wow, she's pummeling the crotch on the first date. Okay, God bless. Hey, it's okay to each his own.
She didn't want to rub him the wrong way.
Oh, okay. Okay. I guess you did want to be a jerk though. Okay.
No, we're unbearable, we're unbearable. Right. This has gone too far.
All right, so first let's break down her excuses. I'm going through a tough divorce. That's why I'm being mean to pregnant women.
Dude.
I've had friends go through divorces. I didn't see them being mean to pregnant women as a result of that. And look, maybe you don't know that she's pregnant in the beginning. Maybe you don't know anything. And it happens once. Okay. Apparently the woman asked her several times, can you please stop doing that? And that goes to the heart of the story. It isn't about the public groping, whatever, right? It's that they just don't care about other people. So extreme right-wingers like Lauren Boebert think I am the center of the universe. And my freedom to do whatever I want at any time, even if it negatively affects you, is paramount. Your freedom to enjoy this show without me blowing smoke in your face while you're pregnant is irrelevant to me, because I don't care about other human beings. I only care about myself. And unfortunately, that's like the mantra of the extreme right wing now.
Listen. By the way, I hope Lauren Boebert is not in possession of any firearms, because if she is, she could face federal prosecution, much like Hunter Biden.
No, but wait a minute.
No, but seriously, I'm not kidding.
No. I'm gonna get back to-
The floodgates have opened, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, I'm gonna get back to my other points in a second. But Anna, I hadn't thought of that. That is exactly right, and I'm not kidding. We should make a giant case about this, because she definitely has guns. You remember her Christmas card with tons of weaponry, and she gave it to the kids, etc. Probably not giving it to the husband anymore, but anyways, he was in the postcard, the Christmas card, and there she is vaping, and almost certainly marijuana. That's it, that's the same crime as Hunter Biden. I want her prosecuted, I want a special counsel. Now you guys think like, you don't really want that, do you? No, I do, and I'll tell you why. Would I ask it for normally? No, of course not. But if we're gonna prosecute Hunter Biden, are we being fair? Do we care about justice? Or do Republicans only want to prosecute non-Republicans? And if it comes to a Republican, you say, no, above the law, rules don't matter. We can just vape in your face. We can disrupt everything. We can have fondle each other in public with kids around. And all that stuff about, what about the children? Can you believe drag queens are reading books to them?
Can I get a fact
now,
check?
apparently, you obviously don't give a damn about the children.
Can I get a fact check, please, on which schedule of drug cocaine is considered, crack cocaine? Because marijuana is still federally categorized as a Schedule 1 drug.
Schedule 1 drug.
Schedule 1 drug. Now, Hunter
and the Republican
Biden,
Party's always been in favor of it being a Schedule 1. They're still in favor of it being a Schedule 1 drug.
I mean, the politicians, yes. I wouldn't say the voters, right?
No, the Republican politicians, including Boebert.
So, but seriously, I mean, crack cocaine. If you're going to make the argument that Biden was using a different drug, it really doesn't matter. What matters is what the drugs are classified as.
Yeah. So according to Republicans, a very hard drug, Schedule 1 drug, and she's got all those weapons.
Cocaine, Schedule 2 drug.
Oh, that's it. Oh my God, that's even worse, Lauren Boebert. Lock her up. Lock her up. Lock her up. Okay. Anyways, look, back to the other fun excuse. The excitement of a much anticipated production. Beetlejuice in Denver was the much anticipated production that you were so excited over that you lost your mind.
No,
You're
Cenk, you can't dunk on that, because I guess you don't know. Definitely much anticipated.
Oh, much anticipated. In fact, like Beetlejuice was so anticipated that she's like, I can't help it, what? And they're like attacks the crotch of their date and stuff, because the excitement from the anticipation of Beetlejuice. I mean, she just couldn't contain herself. Okay, so finally, why apologize? Because there's only one thing that conservative voters care about. They don't care if you lie, cheat, steal. Another story we didn't get to today is Ken Paxton, the Attorney General of Texas.
Acquitted.
Acquitted, even though wild corruption, out of control corruption.
Lots of evidence, including his own Republican staffers outing him for his corruption.
And Republicans in the Texas House were the ones who impeached him in the first place. But Donald Trump said, no, I like Ken Paxton. Why does he like Ken Paxton? Because he's also corrupt, right? And instantly they acquitted him. All the Republicans in the Senate flipped, etc. So they don't care about that stuff. They don't care about criminality. They don't care. No, there's one thing. And it's not if it's a guy. If it's a woman doing something that they think is sexually inappropriate, all of a sudden everyone catches feelings. If Donald Trump was doing that, they'd be like, "Ah, boy, that'll show her." Lauren Boebert does it. Whoa, that's out of bounds.
Lauren, you're supposed to be stroking their egos, but publicly you shouldn't be stroking anything else, okay? That's not nice.
Ouch.
Okay. All right, by the way, Republicans and conservative members of the media have been criticizing her over this. Let's start with Meghan McCain, who put this out on X. Lauren Boebert is trash. She lectures everyone about the LGBT community being a threat to children while getting caught performing a lewd sex act at a public theater where children possibly were. This is family values. This is why people think the GOP are all hypocrites.
Because they are.
Well, that's definitely true. And Coulter came after her saying this is totally embarrassing or totally embarrassing bimbo. Jenna Ellis got in on the action as well. Now, despite the fact that Jenna Ellis tried to undermine our democratic process and go against the will of the American people in the 2020 presidential election, she had this to say about Lauren Boebert. Lauren Boebert getting kicked out of the Buell Theater in Denver for being loud, disruptive vaping and video recording after being asked multiple times to stop is embarrassing and disrespectful behavior from a sitting Congress. I can't take her seriously, I'm sorry, I can't, you're trash, Jenna Ellis, you're trash. So like, trash calling out trash, I'm not really that interested in it. What you tried to do is actually far worse than anything Lauren Boebert did in that theater.
Yeah, and some people, by the way, that are attacking you are on Marjorie Taylor Greene's side. Remember, they're having a fight. So it's right wing versus right wing. And hence why some of the right wing, they're not necessarily, the ones we read I think are in a different category, but some of the ones that are lashing out at Lauren Boebert aren't necessarily doing it because they're principled, they're doing it because they're taking Marjorie Taylor Greene's side in that battle that they're having. So that's the nuance you need to know. But either way, I think that she needs to have a little bit more of a hands-off policy with her dates. I mean, you don't tread on me. Something along those lines is something that she could have used. All right, I'm gonna read you.
No step on Cenk.
Wow, no touch Cenk either in public. Okay.
By the way, look, please just legalize marijuana already. Like, it is insane that it's a Schedule I drug on a federal level. Like, that's crazy. That is insane. That's it. I want to get that out of the way. We're not serious about wanting to prosecute people for pot. But if that's the standard that Republicans want when it comes to Hunter Biden, you can't have a double standard when it comes to Lauren Boebert.
100%. That's why I told you from day one that Hunter Biden crime is total nonsense. It's the equivalent of jaywalking. If you got corruption on him, charge him with corruption. By the way, today, as I predicted, first Republican, Paul Gosar, not happy to be in his camp, but it's just reality, was like, wait a minute, we all break this law. I don't want him prosecuted for this. I want him prosecuted on the corruption. That's right. If he's guilty of the corruption, prosecute him on the corruption. But don't bring up these BS charges that almost every Republican in the country does.
Hey, thanks for watching that video. We really appreciate it, guys. And we appreciate it if you become members because that allows us to be independent, honest, progressive, all the things that you don't get from corporate media. And all of that is because of you guys. Hit the join button below and become one of us, become a young Turk.